Howdy tubers, welcome back to the Zach Life. So I hadn't been around in a few weeks and I wanted to put this video out as a memory to my dog and then also an explanation of where I've been. Um, as y'all probably remember, I had a big black dog that, popped up in the camera here and there a little bit. And anyway, he was my buddy. He was a really good dog. He was sharp. He slept in the bed with me. He took a shower with me, several times a week. I'd go in the bathroom. He'd jump in the shower, want to take a shower. I think that was probably the lab in him. And anyway, we ate a lot of meals together. I was a big, sort of steak and shrimp hamburger eater. I'm not a vegetarian. And he liked the same kind of stuff, obviously, as most dogs do. He didn't get a chance to eat a lot of dog food as a dog throughout his life because he ate too much human food. But anyway, he passed away last Monday, about a month ago. He kind of got down. He did really good up till about the 1st of October, and run him in, and never got an actual diagnosis on him. But I think probably had liver cancer. Anyway, he spiraled downhill really quickly, and passed away last Monday. Anyway, I've had several videos sort of running that I've had to really babysit him and take care of him, especially the last couple of weeks. And I had some videos running. I've been working on some stuff, but I hadn't put anything together as far as a YouTube video goes. So you'll actually see him pop up, and in some of the videos coming up next few weeks. But he is gone. He passed away last Monday. Anyway, I wanted to do this video sort of as a tribute to him. He was absolutely my buddy. We went on a lot of vacations, had a lot of, you know, what am I trying to say? A lot of experiences, a lot of adventures. We had a good time. And anyway, this video is for him. I got a bunch of pictures and stuff together. I want to keep this as happy as I can, and kind of show some of our adventures. Anyway, let's do it. So here's a couple of pictures. I think these both two are the day I got him. This next one here is a few days later. I'd had him a few days here. This is at my folks' house, and he's a week or so old here. This is obviously Christmas. I'd had him, about 2 or 3 weeks here. I don't have a lot of pictures at the first. This was before cell phones. I had to use an actual digital camera. He grows up pretty quick here. He used to sit in this flower pot, look in the back window, in the back door here. I don't know what the heck was up with that. Uh, Here he is, probably a year old. He's playing in the yard, chewing on a big old piece of wood that fell off this dead tree. He was always a big stick chewer, as you'll see later. Here he's asleep on his table. I would look outside, he would be asleep on this table. I'm not sure how he got up on it there. Here we go, a couple of years old, year and a half. Had even some socks here, just been an idiot. And he's eating some pizza, doing some campaigning back in 2012. I threw some dog food out of my little frozen fish pond. He was running around the fish pond trying to eat his dog food. Here I'm playing with him. This is one of the first toys he had. He really liked. He had for a long time. He always really kept toys. He didn't tear them up. He would play with them. He would tear them up, but he would keep them and play with them for months. He was so lazy. This is about all you could ever get out of him. Throwing a shirt at him here. He's kind of snapping his jaw, trying to snap it. That's about it. Unwrapping a cheeseburger. He wasn't ever very good at this. One of his favorite foods was hot dogs. He had to have a thyroid pill nearly his whole life. He had a hot dog every morning. He loved a hot dog, but he really liked cheeseburgers. Cheeseburgers was probably about his second favorite meal of all time. Even more than like a piece of steak or something, which is funny. So when he was about 3, I actually got these ducks at TSC. They were on sale for $1 a piece. They were about half grown. They were trying to give them away. And these ducks were something else. They would come up and just almost fight him for his dog food. I used to just feed him out here right outside the door. I'm videoing here and he doesn't know I am. I'm looking through the screen door. But these ducks would come up and just steal his food, and he would snap at them. He never would bite them, never ever hurt them. He never would, do anything at all to them. But he'd run out there and bark at them and run them off. And they just come back and just try to take his food away from him. Anyway, it was pretty funny to watch. At this point, I got to where I quit feeding him outside because it was, though fun to watch, it was probably really stressful for him to eat. And he also got to where he wasn't aggressive with his food, like bite somebody, but he would eat his food really, really fast. And I got a video of that coming up. It's pretty impressive. But I quit feeding him around the ducks just because they would just inhale. It's just amazing how much food they would eat. You try to feed him, he'd have to fight the ducks off to get any food. Anyway, here's his food in the house. I had a video of this because it's so funny. During this time with the ducks, he would just eat incredibly fast. He always ate fast. I guess most dogs do, but he would just take a big bowl of dog food and just absolutely inhale it. I got pictures here of a vacation. This is probably my favorite vacation that I've ever been on. It was a maiden voyage of my rock crawler. We went to St. Elmo, Colorado, and messed around up in some mines. Here we're in the rock crawler. Crawled up the top of this certain mine up here at the top of this mountain. You see the crawler down there. And he was all over the mountain. We had a lot of fun. I think this was 2015, maybe 2016. I'm not exactly sure. There's some old mine buildings and stuff. Had a lot of fun. This is probably one of my favorite memories, not only with him, but just as vacations in general.
Good boy. Come here, Mutt. You're gonna fall in. Hey, Texaco, come here. Come here. Hey, come back over here. Good boy.
Here he is down here in the shop. I had this old nasty futon thing down in my office in my shop. He laid on it all the time. He's bored, wanting to go back to the house. Here is another vacation we took. I built a little teardrop trailer you can see there in the background. We went to Colorado with it. Here we're inside of it. And we had a lot of fun with it. Did some gold panning and some prospecting. Here we're up at a I think this was a lead and moly mine. And anyway, had a good time on this. This is actually two vacations. We started on a vacation. I actually hurt my back, and we came home and then went back out there a couple of weeks later. I don't remember exactly which was what, but we sort of made the same trip and just split it in the middle. Speaking of the teardrop, this is when I was building it, this is a piece of lumber off of it. He was always a big wood chewer, absolutely termite. And he had this stick here. I'm going to try to find some more pictures of it. He kept it his whole entire life, or from about 2013 up until he passed away. And he was real possessive of it. He wouldn't bite you for it or anything, but he was if you moved it or picked it up, he would be very upset, and he would go find it and put it back. You can see it laying right there beside him. He kept it with him nearly all times, or it would be in the same room as him, even if he didn't chew on it. This is the Christmas, I don't remember what year I got him the bone. We're up here in my office. He had the sweater on. Anyway, he's over here with his bone I gave him. This is a few days after. He wouldn't chew on it. He just carried it around with him. And he's over here trying to bury the leaves, and I thought this was absolutely the funniest thing ever. One of his favorite things to do of all times, I'd take him out to leases with me, and he would look for rats. And that was his favorite thing to do, is find a rat. I actually picked this rat up. You can see him there. He's just about to hurt himself. There's a big old electric motor, I think, had a rat in it he was excited about. Anyway, he would go out there and look for these old tires, and he was really good at finding them. And he'd start trying to dig them, and there would always be a rat inside that tire. And he just made this high shrill cry. He would find it. It was just the greatest day of his life to find a tire with a rat in it. I would usually let him work on it a while like this, and then I would go over there with a sawzall or something and cut the tire open. And he wouldn't eat the rat. He would just get a hold of it and chew it up and kill it, and then he was done with it. He was absolutely a rat eater. These two pictures are of a trip we went on. I don't have any pictures of the actual trip. We went down a float trip, floated down a river in a raft. Had a lot of fun.
Do you want a... You want to go to bed? You want to go outside? You want to go to the shop? You want a hot dog? Do you want a hot dog? Do you want a hot dog? Let's go get a hot dog. Hot dog eating contest. Ready? Here. Hey. Hurry up. Was it good? Hey. Was it good?
So this is the last vacation I got to take with him. This was, we went to Colorado to a friend's place. Had a lot of fun, a little short vacation. We had him here. There's some kind of old junk car. I don't remember what this was, but it must have had a rat in it. He went on and on for hours looking through this thing, digging around, looking for whatever the heck was in here. That was his favorite thing to do, was look for a rat.
Wag your tail. Good boy.
So this was this February during the Great Freeze. I guess it's February, whenever it was. I took him outside and put socks on him just to be stupid. He wandered around here for about 90 seconds and he was done. He went back in the house. And here's the stakes clip is me trying to get him to go back outside, and he was not interested.
You want to go outside? You want to go outside? Huh? Let's go outside. Is that a no? Get here, Roofus. Get here, Roofus.
This was this year in July, just about 3 months before he passed away. You can see how good a shape he was in. He didn't have any arthritis. He would run just as fast as he ever would, and he was this way even about a month later. And it was just amazing to me how fast he went downhill and passed away. This is less than 3 months before he died. This is a point he starts kind of going downhill. This is about the last month of his life. He always laid on his bed like this. I don't know why. He'd hang his head off and kind of drape his head over. I had an old Suburban that we took on vacation, and he always liked it because when we got in it, that usually meant we were going on a vacation. Anyway, here he is. This is one of the trips to the vet. I actually took him to have him put down in the Suburban. I think that was his favorite thing to ride in. Here is his collar, or his tag, I should say. He had this most of his life. And here's his stick. Like I say, he wasn't aggressive about his stick, but he was very possessive of it. If one of the other dogs got it, he would wait and run over there, snatch it from him, and carry it around with him. He was always really worried about it. I appreciate you watching. Like I say, I got a couple of videos running. Hopefully I'll have one out this weekend. I'm actually working on the rock crawler. And catch you on the next one.